Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yep. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today by my guy.
Well, Royal, I always said I'd rather be dead than see Kyle Anderson in the winner's circle. So here I am on the ledge of the 8th floor. Talk me off the ledge, Royal.
Brother, listen, this is something that we all knew was coming. So there's no need for you to end such a wonderful run that you've made for yourself this season over something that you saw a couple weeks ago.
You right. Yeah. I'm back.
Yeah. They won, and I hate it.
Welcome to the club.
Listen, bro, 6-game win streak. Wesley Prince, I want to thank you because after every positive thing that happens to this team, you make sure that you come in here and you do not let us get away with it. So thank you for coming in here, holding us accountable. They say don't jump, Stone. It's like why the Heat turning in their homework late? I don't care. We beat the shit out of the Celtics. Yerk, Dan the film jet, of course, my guys are here. Are we back? That is what we are here to answer. Because your Miami Heat have now won 6 consecutive games. And where most of us thought the streak would be over, it not only continued, but continued in convincing fashion. The Miami Heat beat the shit out of the Boston Celtics today in a game that wasn't particularly close. Like, yeah, Boston made a little run at it in the third quarter, but Miami kind of like closed that gap. And then in the fourth quarter, they put on a defensive display. Jason Tatum was abysmal tonight, 4 of 17 for 16 points. Jaylen Brown had 24 points on 20 shots. Known three-point sniper Sam Hauser was only 2 of 5 tonight. Boston shot 27% from 3. So that lets you know that, like, Miami not only played a solid, and here's the worst part about it, bro. It wasn't one guy tonight. It wasn't an outlier performance. Miami, and I know they're not, but tonight, Miami looked like a better team than Boston. Like, and I know this is the NBA. So any given night, cool. 41-41, they have to finish the season undefeated, Wesley. They might. Like,
they might.
This was the litmus. This is the biggest obstacle in the rest of the roster. Like, you got to get up the game tomorrow against Memphis. But after that, the schedule they have a very winnable schedule throughout. But I talked for a little bit. Stone, give me your thoughts on the game, bro.
Honestly, I was more impressed by the fact that they let up that run and then still beat the shit out of Boston than if they had just beaten the shit out of Boston, like, wire to wire. Like, to me, that was the most impressive part, because I've seen the Heat do that where they just, like, they give up the run and then they fold. But nah, they came back even stronger after the run. Like,
it felt like they exercised their demons tonight.
It's crazy. And what the craziest part about it is, like, I felt like every single player that was a part of the main rotation, I guess, picked up their flaws. Like, Tyler made some good passes. Davion Mitchell hit a 3-pointer that was a big shot. Like, it just felt like everyone was playing above their pay grade tonight, and that's what scares me about this team. Like, can they keep that up?
You talk about Tyler making a good pass. Tyler had 9 assists tonight. The one that was most impressive to me was
the Bam.
Was the Bam one? Yeah. Davion Mitchell drove to the lane, kicked it out to Bam. Bam came up. Him and Tyler started the dribble handoff action. He got the ball to Tyler, slipped the screen. Tyler threw that ball back immediately, and it resulted in a Bam shot. And those are the type of plays that we've been asking for forever for Bam. It's not like anything complex. It's just when he slips that screen and he's open, get him the ball in the place where he's successful. And Tyler doing that was like, God damn, bro. Like, I can find a million ways to slander him tonight, but like, I won't. Like, because I didn't think he played particularly well early in the game. Like, he was shooting like shit, but like he just kind of like rounded out the game towards the end, and it was a good one. Dan the Film Jet with the $5 don't know. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. He said, best win of the season. But also rest in peace to Val Kilmer, one of the underrated actors of all time. Yeah, shout out to Val Kilmer, aka Batman. That was crazy. You say, Roy, guess who we play tomorrow? I know we play that boy. Trigger Demetrius. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gotta look for that. Because that could be a heater. Come on now. That's a potential heater. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta tap in with that. But I want to stay focused on the game tonight. AKA Iceman from Top Gun, for sure. RIP to the Iceman, for sure. But I want to stay focused on tonight's game. And if I had to pick a player that I would say would be the player of the game, absolutely got to go with Kyle Anderson. Thank you, Prop by Pat TV with the $1.99. I don't know. He said, blew that shit out. Fuck are you talking about? Hey, brother. I told y'all. I don't predict on this network. I prophesy. I told y'all what was going to happen. As long as y'all listen to me, you'll never be steered in the wrong direction unless I'm lying. But Kyle Anderson was absolutely, in my opinion, kind of like the best player on the floor tonight, bro. Like, they have him playing point guard a lot now, just kind of with the ball in his hand in that second unit. And today, that didn't result in him facilitating for nobody but Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson was scoring on ISOs, brother. and he had one of the plays of the game, too. Slow-ass pump fake at the three-point line, drive to the rim, Euro, dipsy-do layup. Like, brother was cooking tonight, bro. Like, and that shit, like, it was pissing me off, but, like, you had to respect the fact that man was giving buckets to the Celtics tonight, bro. Talk about Kyle Anderson a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of filling in that Jovic role. We were talking a little bit about that in the playback. It looks a lot different. Like, when Jovic is in this role, it's like he's just going to put his head down and try and get to the basket. Like, where Kyle Anderson is very methodical, it feels like, in everything he does. But I don't know. 7 for 11 is crazy. Like, it felt like Boston had no answers for Miami tonight, like top to bottom. Like, I felt like Spo really outcoached Missoula in this one. Like, it felt like Missoula tried to make adjustments that just didn't work. They switched into like a 2-3 zone, and like it just left Pele Larson open for some 3-pointers, and like that helped keep the deficit up. And I don't know. I just felt like the Heat were better top to bottom, and like, yeah, I recognize Kyle Anderson was probably the most impactful part of that because the bench minutes can get really ugly for this team. But I hate to do this, but I want to transition a little to Pele Larson. Like, if Kyle Anderson was like the player of the game tonight, I feel like Pele Larson's been the player during this winning streak. Like, the effort level that he plays with is just something you don't see in the NBA a lot. And I feel like that has a lot to do with Miami's success. It's not like they found a talent answer. They're just playing harder in a stretch of the NBA schedule where teams tend to not play as hard. Because you're either playing lottery teams that have accepted that fate, or you're playing teams that are well-positioned for the playoffs and, you know, they're trying to steal rest for guys. Tonight, the Celtics didn't have Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. And that was also a huge difference in this game, I felt like.
So I agree. I think what happened is, like, after you lose guys like Gabe Vincent and Max Strus and shit like that, you lose a little bit of that effort shit that kind of gives you your identity. Like, it's not to say that these guys don't play with effort, but it's like there's certain guys who play balls to the wall like every possession. And if you're talking about Pele Larson, then you also have to mention Davion Mitchell in that category.
Of course.
Like those two kind of go hand in hand in that sense, where it's like they bring a different level of energy to the team. I want to talk about Miguel's comment a little bit. Where was it? Because I think we're doing a bad job if he's a hey, ladies and gentlemen, notice what's happening. The basement is enjoying the Miami Heat win. That means we're doing the show wrong, Miguel.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We apologize. It's like we're doing the show wrong. But because I'm not enjoying this. Like, I enjoyed tonight because it was actually a time where I got to watch Miami play good basketball. Yeah. I don't enjoy like what it means for like this team. And that's kind of the overarching animus that I have towards what's happening right now. It's not that I don't enjoy seeing Miami win games. I just know that this is convincing half of the fan base that this is the real version of this team. Like the team that's on this 6-game winning streak, they're going to say that this is who this team really is, as opposed to the team that was losing 10 games in a row. And my only position is that you have to evaluate both of them. Like this, I would say this is the first quality win that has come of this win streak. And even this, no Al Horford, bro. Like, that means something. That means something.
When you have rookie Khalil Ware out there, it absolutely means something.
It means something for them to be missing Khalil Ware. I don't want to take anything from the win because, again, I feel like Miami thoroughly outplayed
absolutely
tonight.
And they can only play whoever's out there. So I get all that.
And that's what I'm saying. They were missing Horford and Holiday. Yeah. I was getting around the Holiday too. Like, those are two very important pieces to what they do there. But again, like, no Wiggins. Let's have this conversation, Stone.
Yeah,
you brought something up. Like, you brought something up in that playback. I know you ain't think I was listening, but I heard you. Go ahead. Yeah. I'll let you present your own theory.
This team is infinitely better without Andrew Wiggins playing basketball for it. It is unbelievable. He takes the worst shots I think an NBA player could ever take. It's mostly contested layups that he misses. It's always fuck the Celtics. Fuck is he talking about? Like, so I feel good about that. But that's why I really hate this team. And I hate the position that they put me in, where it's just a lose-lose no matter what. Like, even in the little moments of happiness, like we beat the Celtics, we beat Jimmy Butler. Like, I know it comes with a cost, and the cost is improving the team. And that's ultimately what I want, because I don't think this team can compete for a championship. And ultimately what I care about the most is winning championships. And so it's one of those things where they're taking steps forward that are really setting them back. And like, I hate it. I hate that people are going to think that this vindicates the front office, this winning streak, even though we saw how shit the product was for 10 straight games. Even though the return they got for Jimmy Butler, the most important piece of it has been a horrible fit for the roster. And I'm just worried they're going to go into run it back mode, and their justification for it's going to be, look how strong we ended the season. Imagine a whole training camp and ramp up.
And Wiggins and Davion Mitchell.
It makes me sick because I've seen this movie play out, and I know how it ends, and the Heat don't win in this movie, and it just sucks.
Like, part of that it vindicates the front office. Let's not get crazy. And listen, brother, just like we know, there's a portion of the fan base that is using this to say that they're going to use this win specifically to say that Miami can compete with other people. Oh my God. I tell y'all who ain't got no competition. I ain't even gonna talk to you longer, because the Miami Heat won 6 games in a row, and I actually want to give these people a conversation about the Heat. But when I see you in that white dress, Stone, what you at?
At Haroon's comment, Stone Wiggins been playing well recently.
Okay. Eunice to Khalil to Royals Bell. What? Fuck is you talking about? Jazz Williams, appreciate you with the $10 dono. Said great win, not a perfect game, not great rotations, and no sloppy turnovers. And yes, Pele's effort has definitely stood out during this run. And shout out to Josh Christopher for his first bucket. Brother Josh Christopher is a walking bucket in the G League where he needs to remain.
Exactly.
On roster. I do not want him up here. I don't want him. The fact that the G League players have gotten to play 2 games in a row disturbs me. Who do the Miami Heat think that they are? to be out here playing Joshua Christopher against the fucking Boston Celtics. The disrespect. I will say, though, we were talking about how Spo outcoached Missoula tonight. The Celtics were extremely frustrated with the way that they were playing the Miami Heat tonight. They got a series of technicals. You talking about, hey, bestie. That's right. Can't put too many Y's on that. You cannot. But joining us, a member of the Exciting Whites, we got my boy Bubba. Bubba, how are you doing this evening?
We're live, man. We got to see that shit live.
Hey,
That's
brother.
what happened.
Hey, brother.
Hey, good money to spend to watch that expensive ass basketball team in Boston get belt to ass by 2 white boys
What
in
was
their city.
like? What was the feeling like inside of TD?
Controversial because you know they love those 2 players down there for the color of their skin. So it wasn't like people weren't too pissed off when they saw Pele and Herro going off. But let me tell you one thing, man. Tonight, if you didn't think so already, now you know. Jason Tatum a bitch, and that's all I know. So Missoula packing it up with 5 minutes left. Soft. That man would call timeouts right on the whiteboard, give me the battle inside my mind, and shoot more threes. That's it. Spo might be back. I don't know. Spo might be back. Davion Mitchell moves me. Pele Larson moves me. Jaime Jaquez and Terry Rozier not playing a single minute moves me. And Celtics better pray we don't get the 2 seed, man. I don't know. There's some sort of mental. Bubba come crawling back with me up. Absolutely. I'm the warden of the moment, not just the prisoner. The warden of the moment. Warden. Capital W.
Call him boss.
And listen, man. Listen. Khalil Wheeler tonight, man. Lost. Like Bambi after being born for the first time. I don't know why Spo trusts him so much. How about Unk at the Y, Kyle Anderson tonight? Watching him play basketball is painful for all involved, even when he's playing well. But you got to respect it. That man went out there with that lifted his arms up above somebody's head, that Euro. I mean, dude, shit. Keep doing that. Ice is going to get called, man. You got to be careful with that Euro. But it was a great game, man. Great environment. It was great because Herro did a lot, but not too much where I have to, glaze. It's fine. He did good. Did enough.
Yeah.
But some of these guys move me, man. Pele needs to play more. He's good. He plays defense. Tatum was fucking pissed off all fucking night. And I thought they were going to blow it, to be honest. When it got down to 3, I was like, shit. At least it was good while it lasted. But they kind of battled back and hung on. So Memphis win tomorrow, and we might be talking about being a tough out in the first round. We'll see you in 6.
Hey, brother. We have been saying that for a couple games now. We saw this on the horizon, and I think it is following that trend. Thank you, Bubba, for pulling up. You're probably in traffic right now with members of the KKK as you try and get yourself to safety. Bubba is not a member of the KKK. He is pro-black. Anderson is aesthetically painful to watch. I agree, for sure. But we've been talking about this for a while now, Stone, whereas not a while, but long enough for us to be the first people talking about it. Miami is putting together an effort that lends itself towards the worst possible outcome for those of us who are wishing for high lottery picks, which is them making the playoffs and them making this a tough series. This game is going to give people confidence that they can do it against Boston.
Which is disgusting.
Relax, okay? I think I'm with you guys if we end – so long, ping pong, correct. It's over with.
Cooked. You can give up that dream. Tonight, that dream died for me. That's really why I was on the edge of my balcony to start the stream.
Yeah, it's over with, man.
We're not getting that young lottery pick. It's not happening. You can retire that dream. It's never been more dead. They went to Boston and beat the Boston Celtics to extend their winning streak to 6. This team believes in itself when it should have no reason to. And Bam's trying way too hard. He's been a loser all his life, and now he wants to be a winner. Same with Tyler Herro. He's making winning plays. It's disgusting. I hate everyone involved. Spo, the front office, like this team is setting itself back 5 years by trying to win right now. And I know how it ends. It ends losing to Boston 4-1. They're going to beat Cleveland. That's part of my assumption. It's like they're going to get that 8 seed and they're going to beat Cleveland. I've never been more sure of anything.
And the thing about it is, like, they'd be in line for that 4-5 matchup after that.
Yeah.
Which is Indiana and somebody else.
Is it the Knicks?
Stone.
Pacers or Pistons? Oh my God.
Stone. If the Miami Heat end up with the Pacers or the Pistons in the second round of the playoffs because they pull off a miracle and beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, this team going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I see it happening. I see it happening.
He's like, fluke game. Looks like we're not getting that lottery pick this year, brother.
It's dead.
We are winning the championship against all odds. Oh shit! Here we go again. Hey, bro, why not? What is to stop me from believing? I have not seen them lose in 6 games. Why would I start believing they can lose now? They just beat one of the best teams in the NBA by a lot.
In control of the game, wire to wire. Ridiculous.
Beat the shit out of them. They played like a team tonight that I didn't think was in there. And yes, I understand that there is variance to account for. Kyle Anderson will never score 19 points again in a Heat uniform. But he's not the only person impacting this type shit.
Everyone is. It's literally everyone. It's all hands on deck. It's crazy.
Playoff Wiggins. See, that's where y'all messing up at.
Nah, like they're better. Like they're going to win more games without Wiggins. Wiggins is the only thing that could maybe save our season. I really believe that.
Listen, bro, let me tell y'all something. It's going to be playoff Idris.
Yeah.
Them 25 points a game is going to move people. And Khalil Ware is going to average double-digit rebounds. You say, we not doing this? I mean, never, ever again. Oh, yes, we is. Devere Williams. Yes, we is doing this. Save our season? It's already saved. Playoff Bam? The win streak started with Wiggins, though. We don't care. We don't care. Playoff Pele?
Scary. He's going to face guard you from the inbound pass. Like
Terry Rozier averages 16 points off the bench in the playoffs. It's going to be spooky for teams.
I could see it happen.
Bro, listen, bro. I'm telling you, like, all right.
Yeah, we got to draw the line.
All right. No mas. All right. No, I don't think we're going to get there. Like, but hey, listen. You get into a scenario where the only thing that this win streak is doing is building confidence, and I think that's
all they needed.
That's all they needed. Like they need talent, and I get that. Playoff Herro. I think you want to bury Mario Luna. What if Herro get hurt?
It tends to happen
because you know what happens when he get hurt. I'm not wishing that.
But they do go to the finals.
All I'm saying is we got a demon in the wings wearing number 55, getting plenty of rest right now. And when my starting shooting guard, playoff Duncan, come back to this roster, oh, my God. Oh, we might be on to something, Stone. We might be on to something. And I'm sorry that we lying to y'all like this because the Miami Heat going to get their teeth kicked in as soon as they enter the playoffs. But what else we got to talk about, bro? They're on a 6-game winning streak, and they are moving up the standing. I think the Miami Heat are currently, the 7th seed? 6th seed? 8th seed?
9 or 8. I think it's 9.
They're 9.
Yeah. And
they're a game and a half behind Atlanta. Who they play? I think. Do they got another game against Atlanta?
I know they play Chicago.
They play Chicago. They play Philly. They play Like, but no, they don't have another game. They don't have another game against Atlanta. But like,
They could win out.
Would it be inconceivable to think that Miami could catch them? No. And then Miami gets in that game with Orlando, but they get 2 cracks at the apple, which is the that is the piece that is being missed here. Like Miami just needs to get in a position where they have to play 2 games.
If they're in that 7-8 game, like it's so over with. They're not going to lose 2 games. That you can give up on that dream. Like that, if they're in that 9-10 matchup, then like
Atlanta is currently losing to Dallas. Of course they are.
And I think Anthony Davis got hurt in that game too.
You say, so Hans say, without Porzingis, Holiday, and Horford, just like we don't give credit to Boston for beating us without Jimmy, we shouldn't get excited about beating them without their full squad. That's not the point. That's not the point. Because if you want, okay, let's do a little quick exercise. Let's examine the win streak, shall we? We played the Hornets. They don't try and win
world
games.
Beaters.
Right. We played the Warriors without Stephen Curry. We played the Hawks without Jalen Johnson. We played the 76ers without Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, or Paul George.
And for context, I feel like the Miami Heat are a better team than the Warriors without Steph Curry. Like, I don't think that's even debatable. But
yeah, but if we're going to give them credit for that Warriors win, we have to also add in the fact that they were playing without Washington Wizards. That's not a real basketball team. And then we beat the Boston Celtics tonight without Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, or Drew Holiday. So if we're analyzing this 6-game win streak, there have been plenty of injuries in there that might have changed the outcome of a few of these games. That's not the point, though. The point is that within these games, Miami, Stone said that shit a while ago, Miami may have found a formula for, he said, winning. I'm going to say for at least being competitive in games. And with each win, they are building confidence. So them being competitive in games is a big thing. So like one of the underrated points that you made that I don't want to gloss over is how Boston shrunk this lead. Boston closed the gap. Miami was up like 22 points or so. Boston cut this lead to single digits.
They went on a 16-1 run.
19, I think it
19-1.
I think it ended up being 19-1 run. And that was over the course of like 3.5 fucking minutes. And they cut this lead down to single digits. And then they eventually they kind of like fortified themselves and got the damn dub. All right.
I also want to just mention, like, we can look at all the like injuries that they've had on the winning streak, but I think it's important to note that they played some really sorry teams during the losing streak. Like they got absolutely run out of the gym by Memphis without Ja Morant and like another starter. I forget who wasn't playing. So like to me, it's literally just all about confidence. They didn't have it, now they have it, and that's a problem for people that wanted ping pong balls like myself.
Yeah, because Miami is the type of team that can actually generate wins.
Ping pong balls? You're watching the greatest team of all time, and you're talking about ping pong balls? What are we doing?
And Donardo's here.
I'm falling for it. Yeah. We already knew that.
Yeah, come on, brother. We knew. Oh, great. Ant, my thoughts exactly. Dan, the film jet. Let's go, Ant. Nobody has ever wrote that many.
That Warrior game was your Super Bowl. That's when I knew.
So like, oh, here we go. Cut this man's mic. And apparently the people want to hear your thoughts after the Miami Heat have won 6 games in a row and are steadily climbing their way up into a position where they're going to have 2 play-in games and possibly end up in the playoffs.
Well, first off, happy Black History Month, Royal.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate that.
Of course. And second off, the Warriors game was my Super Bowl stone purely because at the time I thought this Heat team was going nowhere. But it's very clear to me right now that the Celtics can't fuck with us. The Cavaliers can't fuck with us. Pelle Larsson, Swedish Swiss, Sweet Dan Marley, whatever the hell you want to call him, he is Heat culture. Nobody fears Jason Tatum, but Pelle Larsson fears nobody. Oh my God, that stretch that he had in that third quarter on him. Oh my God, were you not moved? Were you not entertained? At the very least. Listen,
ain't gonna lie. When I seen him dunk that ball,
hey, you don't got to be moved. but you got to respect it. That's all
I
I'm saying.
did a little cheer. I ain't gonna lie.
You feel me? Listen, the pillars of my
Crowdy
franchise.
called him the Swedish Hammer.
Somebody is stoned. Go ahead.
The pillars of my franchise are very clearly Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro, and I am a fool for any time I've said differently. And you know I mean it because I don't have a backwards hat on right now. Those are my honest words. Let me tell you, Kyle Anderson, that's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Oh my God, what a play. Bro, how do you fall for a pump fake that's literally this slow?
And then allow him to follow that up with a Euro step.
The over their head. He hit the over their head. What the hell is going on?
He took a piss on Lucky tonight, dog.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro.
But like we were talking about some of the things, like it's not like I think the Kyle Anderson game is a perfect encapsulation of what we're talking about in terms of this team finding confidence. And I know a lot of people are talking about how this team's inconsistent, and they want to point the finger at Bam and Tyler because those are technically our two best players. But that's not what this team is. This is, again, another team, like we used to, it's a sum of its parts type team. And if every part has confidence going, then you're going to end up with random nights where you got a Kyle Anderson game, and that can win you a game in the playoffs. Davion Mitchell goes off 4 or 5 from 3. That could definitely help you out a little bit. An injection of life, like a Nikola Jovic coming back to this roster and adding what he adds to the roster, like that energy. That could be a spark that helps this team. Like, that is my fear. My fear is that spot taking hold because I don't believe it's consistent. I don't think, like, they can do this for an entire playoff run, but I do think they can do that in moments that would further push them down, like that would further make this season worse than what it already is. Like, it's going to make them do things that they're not supposed to do, like win a bunch of games. Look, a bunch of people talk about slow-mo. Slow-mo for president. Slow-mo had 19. Yeah,
Jersey.
Outscored Jason Tatum.
Listen, Jason Tatum's out there shooting tour dates, dog. That's the most fraudulent player this NBA's ever seen. I'm sorry. I just can't go for it. Like, maybe I'm just that big of a Boston hater. Like, I know how everyone loves his game, this and that. But I just feel like whenever, like, it matters, he's out there shooting tour dates. Like, Jaylen Brown won the finals MVP while he just took a backseat and watched. Like, I'm not moved by Jason Tatum. He is just tall, long-armed Tyler Herro to me.
See? That's the type of thinking right there. Putting Tyler Herro in conversations with black men. This is why I exist, ladies and gentlemen. All right? To keep these white men in line. Don't you dare call that man any variation of Tyler Herro. That is one of the best 5 to 6 players in the league. Tyler Herro could only dream.
He's in trouble, dog. This ain't the NBA I grew up on.
I feel
Jason Tatum couldn't bring Dwayne Wade a Gatorade cup, dog.
Listen, all I'm saying is that Jason Tatum probably, like the rest of the Boston team, maybe a little bit overlooked Miami tonight, dismissed them as not really like I say JT is overrated. How?
Well,
because you're calling him one of the 5 best players in the NBA.
Correct. He is.
I'll give you 15, but
15.
Yeah.
Name 5 players in the NBA better than Jason Tatum.
Jokic, Giannis, LeBron James, Steph Curry,
Luka, Durant,
yeah,
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards is not a better player than Jason Tatum.
He is to me.
I would pick Wemby too.
Oh, Wemby for sure.
Yeah.
I'll go Zion.
Yeah, this the me and you show, Stone. Now, Stone, he ain't listening. Hey, it's funny. That's actually the exact same thing I said to Kyle Anderson in that fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I felt disgusting when I jumped off my couch and yelled "bang" after a Kyle Anderson mid-range jump shot. I felt nasty.
He's just like. It's just not the basketball I grew up with. I grew up with the exciting Dwayne Wade split a double team. I can, dunk on you standing still.
Team, all right, Stone.
Yeah, okay. 3 different conversations.
You know it, SSSJ. Like when the Pele to my Larson comes into this stream. Woo! My bad. What are we talking about?
Jason Tatum not being top 5.
Yeah. I blanked out after I told y'all that he was. I don't really care what y'all think. Like, it's just an objective fact. He said Royal in the background. Yeah, I don't know what was happening for a few minutes. I lost myself. I'm sweating now, guys. I'm getting all hot and bothered. I don't know what happened to me. The heat is on. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm back. I don't want to talk about basketball no more because my wife and Jaime here and tell me, oh, God. I'm so excited about what's to come in the future for me, not the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are going to make the playoffs, and it's going to piss me off. We was talking about it in the playbook spaces. They were like, if let's say, for instance, the Miami Heat do get to the playoffs, like how much of a percent, what chance do you get the Miami Heat of beating the Cleveland Cavaliers?
90.
I stoned, bro. I was like, I'm not gonna go 50. Like, I won't disrespect the Cavaliers and what they've done this season like that, because I've also watched the Miami Heat and I know their propensity to like just kind of play like two different teams at times, and that could lose them a series in 5. But 40% doesn't sound unreasonable to me. In terms of like, Miami has a 40%, and I'd venture to say a little bit more. I could be convinced to go a little bit higher when it comes to beating Cleveland in the playoff series. Y'all let me know in the chat, like, what percentage y'all give Miami to beat Cleveland?
When they trot Davion Mitchell out there to face guard Donovan Mitchell, like,
that's not going to be his assignment. It's going to be Darius Garland. Erase him from this game.
Yeah, I say 50-50. They either win or they don't. They either win or they don't. That's as easy 50-50 as it gets.
And Donato, that is the stupidest shit I ever heard. Every game is either win or you don't. What the fuck?
I got it at 90-10. I have no respect for what Cleveland's done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, so we got 4,000%. We got a negative 6.5. We got a 30% chance to beat them. 5%. We got the Heat taking the Cavs to 7 games. I don't think so. I think that's the last thing the Cavs want. The Cavs don't want to be in the game 7 with the Miami Heat. I think they have in the 6.
All the pressure in the world. They're going to be on all the talk shows.
Against a team like this, somebody said over 9,000%. If they really try, it's not about whether Miami tries or not. Like
all they do is try.
Yeah,
the team built on trying.
They're going to try. What is going to be the determining factor is how much of this win streak is going to stick with the team. And I think Stone is on to something when it comes to this Andrew Wiggins thing. Like, Andrew Wiggins hurts this team in a sense where he and Tyler haven't quite figured out how to play next to one another yet,
and they never will.
I don't think it's a thing either, because they both are like myopically focused on scoring. Neither
of them can catch and shoot. You need that somewhere.
Tyler can catch and shoot. It's just like,
but he don't move enough off ball to effectuate that.
Yeah, like, so I feel like that dynamic is going to play a big role in kind of Miami's outcome, but I
don't agree with that, by the way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that the Heat would be successful with Wiggins and Tyler just because neither one of them are great players. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. Appreciate it, Unitas. Yeah, I don't think the Heat will be super successful just because neither one of them are great players, but I'm not really concerned about their fit. I think if you actually gave them some time to gel, they can make it work, because I kind of feel like they both operate in different areas of the court, and Tyler will need someone to help share the ball handling / isolation scoring duties, and I feel like Wiggins can do that, just not very well.
Have you not been watching Davion Mitchell and Kyle Anderson? They've been, if they get Jovic back, that's going to be a third one. They've been putting the ball in Kyle Anderson's hand to run the second unit.
No, I understand it, but I'm just talking about having another guy that could potentially score 30 on any given night. Wiggins can do that.
When Andrew Wiggins and Tyler Herro are on the court together, if Tyler Herro has the ball, Andrew Wiggins is checked out. If Andrew Wiggins has the ball, Tyler Herro is checked out. Neither of them move very well off the ball. They've both been
good catch and shoot players, though. I think with time,
but that's not his point. His point is not about them being catch and shoot. It's like the offense stalls because neither one of them moves effectively enough off of the ball to kind of help offense still be generated when the other one has the ball.
And Tyler, they both play with tunnel vision.
Yeah, like Tyler does. When Tyler has the ball, Andrew Wiggins isn't a threat.
Right.
And when Andrew Wiggins has the ball, Tyler Herro is a threat to catch and shoot, but less of a threat than he is in other situations.
I guess I'm just saying, I think, no, because what you're saying is accurate. I guess
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think they can learn to maybe be a little bit better off ball just because I think Tyler's improved in a few areas this year. I think off ball is one of them. He's not great at it, but I have seen slight improvements. And I think with time, maybe a full off season, Wiggins in training camp, maybe they can make it work.
Andrew Wiggins
what
has
it
been
is.
in the
Isn't
NBA.
this what I just said? They're
Yeah,
going to start talking about training camp.
Yeah, like Andrew Wiggins has been in the NBA for how many years, Anthony?
I'm not, but listen, me saying this is me saying that the Heat are going to be an 8 seed next year. Like, I'm not saying, oh, give them a training camp. No,
I'm saying like the fact that you think that Andrew Wiggins is going to evolve his game after being in this league for over a decade is crazy. Like, I don't think he's going to become like
he definitely did involve his game after being in the league for a lot of time. Anytime you're in a new system, you're going to have to evolve your game. I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say that a 30-year-old who just got to a team needs some more time to get adjusted. Like, I don't think that's a ridiculous thing.
Well,
to say.
the formula is him taking way less shots. Like when he's when he's taking 20 shots in a game, that he have no chance. I'm sorry. Like that's just what I've seen, because those shots are going to be contested layups. They're going to be like mid-range, and they're going to be out of sync with the rest of the offense. It's going to freeze other players out. And the reason this team's been really successful, I feel like, during this winning streak is it's been very much all hands on deck. Like, they've shrunk the rotation down, so it's only like 8 guys playing every night. But when they're out there playing, like, all 8 guys are involved in all of the action. And I feel like I've honestly seen some growth in Tyler Herro during this streak. I won't say growth, but like he's seeing Bam roll. Like we never see that from him. And I'm worried when Andrew Wiggins comes back, it's going to be like, Tyler, take your turn playing ISO. Andrew, take your turn playing ISO. Because that's what we saw all up and down the losing streak, and it's bad basketball.
Also, like, Duncan Robinson and Andrew Wiggins coming back is going to disrupt kind of the lineup that they've been playing. Somebody's bound to lose minutes. I think Alec Burks is probably candidate number 1, and he's been serviceable kind of like as a spot starter for them. Alec Burks loses his spot in the rotation when Duncan comes back. Kyle Anderson loses his spot when Jovic comes back. Haywood Highsmith's minutes and Payne Larson to an extent, their minutes take a hit when Andrew Wiggins comes back. So like you're messing with some of the players who have been instrumental in kind of like this win streak with an Andrew Wiggins coming back to the lineup. That to me, like, yes, he's more talented than all of them, but that to me, like all of those guys, Payne Larson particularly is the guy that I'm focusing on. Those are the guys that are helping you win.
Well, you're right, but I think this win streak is simply more of a case of just getting hot than them figuring out a lineup. Truthfully,
I think this win streak is more of a case of them playing shitty teams.
And them getting hot. They had the first 3 games. They shot the lights out, shot like shit against the Wizards, but it's the Wizards. And tonight, I mean, honestly, defensively, I thought they were absolutely incredible tonight. Tonight is a night where I'm like, you know what? I can't say shit about y'all tonight. I can't.
Yeah. Like I'm with you there. Like I ain't really got much criticism for the team tonight. I felt we were talking about it earlier. I felt like Miami looked like the better team tonight. Like they played better overall hoops than Boston tonight. Holland, if niggas is giving up Luka Doncic for Andrew Wiggins and Duncan Robinson, motherfucker, that shit would have been done long time ago. Like that shit's not where they at, bro. Like 20-point Tyler, 23-point Bam, 19-point Wiggins. Everybody has over 10 points. That's game. I don't think, but see, the problem is not just like point totals. I think a lot of time people look at the actual point totals and they don't look at the process that's going on.
Right. Like for Wiggins to get 19 points, he's going to take 14 shots.
Yeah. And then the shots that Tyler take, because he doesn't have, like right now, Tyler has the option to shoot or pass because he knows he'll see the ball again.
Exactly.
With Andrew Wiggins out there, that's not always the case. So sometimes Tyler decides to shoot the ball more, for good or bad. Like, I don't really, give a fuck. Like, but it changes the dynamic of this team. Without Tyler passing the ball, you don't have very many people getting assists. You got Bam.
You need more than one person who could break down a defense with the ball in their hands, though.
Tyler Herro can't break down the defense with the ball in his hand. That's not what he does.
Okay, well, Wiggins is not great at it either, but like this is what we have.
Davion Mitchell does it. Kyle Anderson does it.
I think
Jovic does it.
I think you need more than one isolation scorer who could kind of take the shoulder off of Tyler Herro, and I think Wiggins can do that, not very well, but
This is not an indictment on Wiggins as a basketball
Right.
as an
It's just his fit with this team.
Yeah, like that's what it is. Like it's not like it's not like I'm saying that Andrew Wiggins is a shit basketball player. He's not. Like he's
but
well, okay. Let me ask you this then. Maybe I'm thinking long term. If the Heat were to add Ja or Durant, and they're able to keep Wiggins, Tyler, and Bam, do you now like Wiggins fit on this team?
I don't. Because
I do.
I don't think that they can do that for one. But like,
yeah, they can because you got Terry and Duncan salary wise, and then you got all the kids.
The crazy part is like you think that a team is going to take Terry and Duncan for Ja Morant.
No. I think they might take all the kids and picks depending.
Khalil Ware too.
Yeah, you have to include Khalil Ware.
I'm saying if the package is Jovic, Ware, 2 first round, they could actually trade up to 4. I read Barry Jackson's article today. If the Heat missed the playoffs,
so Ja with that lineup scares me a little bit because of the shooting between like the 4 of them. So a Ja, Wiggins, Tyler, Bam lineup doesn't have much shooting, so it leaves a lot to be desired there. I would think that the idea would be and I know it's going to be the hater shit already, but it is what it is. I think the idea is if you get a lead guard in here, then Tyler becomes more expendable.
Yeah.
You move Tyler for a player that is much more adept at catch and shoot.
You're right. My question was Wiggins, though. Do you like Wiggins in the lineup with Tyler and Ja? Just Ja? Because I think Wiggins, I really respect what he did in Golden State. And I think he could do a similar thing here if he could get the guy.
It's different because they had elite shooting on that roster.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what sold it. Go ahead, son.
I look at what's been successful for the Miami Heat, or like relatively successful. And Spo has found Gabe Vincent, and he has found Max Strus. They are Davion Mitchell, and they are Pele Larson.
Okay.
And to me, I feel like in Spo's system of we're going to go out there and muck things up, and we're just going to turn every game into a dunk fight, and first to 90 wins. I feel that Pele Larson and Davion Mitchell are more impactful for this roster than Andrew Wiggins is. Andrew Wiggins is a better fit in a cleaner system like a Golden State where you have Steph Curry running around.
Hey, D-Master. Shut your bitch ass.
Yo, D-Master, let me help you explain something.
They don't got guns over there, Royal.
Brother, I forgot. They use swords. But listen, that 40-inch vertical ain't going to help him when I do this. All right? Like, I can point up. All right? Davion, okay? That ain't got nothing. His basketball ability ain't got nothing to do when we play with this game. All right? Because I guarantee you now, Morant's basketball days will be over if he decided that this game he want to play. I'm not here to threaten that young man. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him play many.
All right, Roy's been working a little bit too hard in this post-game show. He's been pulling extra. Hey.
Justin is a nigger. Get off the stream. Don't kick me off of my arms. Don't do that. I don't like it. Y'all don't think he doesn't. Yeah.
Find out.
Who am I to argue with you, big dog? You right. These just jokes. You say y'all don't think Dame would be available. I still think Dame has bigger issues than basketball right now.
He got the Bosch clocks in his legs, dog.
Man, listen, bro. I thought it was his shoulder.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Wemby was the shoulder.
I thought Dame was calf.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's over. I think the time to get Dame is past. I don't think this roster, in particular, is built for a player like Dame. I think they've kind of boxed themselves in terms of the type of player they need. Oh, this is something that we could talk about a little bit before we start picking the next game. I was listening to 5 Reasons today, and they was talking about how the front office has made it clear that they don't want to deal with older stars.
That's interesting.
Because it's all good, man. Dog. Like I'm not brother. I am all about peace, tranquility, and happiness, brother. Like that is my life. All right, bro. I live a very good life. Correct. But the Miami Heat, like they're saying that the Miami Heat don't want to deal with like an aging star. So a player like Durant, like there is interest there because there's always been interest, but like there may be less willingness to deal with a player like Durant, like just or an older player. And what's like the first kind of set of thoughts that come to your mind when you hear something like that?
I listened to that episode, Royal.
Okay.
And while I do enjoy that podcast on
I do
occasion, I did not like this particular episode.
No.
To Greg's credit, he did say that it's very rare for the perfect prospect to exist. And at some point, you got to take a risk.
Yeah.
That I 100% agree with. But that's about the extent of what I agree with in that episode. They mentioned Donovan Mitchell and like Giannis. Like that's it as far as perfect fits. But he said that, but at the same time still said that he thinks the Heat need to be patient. And I'm like, I remember back 7 years ago saying, do we want Giannis or Harden? And then I remember saying KD or Donovan. And then I remember saying this guy or that guy. Bam Adebayo is 27. He's not getting any younger.
Correct.
We're going to blink and he's going to be 30 with no rings. Maybe on his way out the door. How many friends want to come to Miami before Bam Adebayo gets frustrated? Say, you know what? You don't bring them here. I'm going to go play to them. I think it's a very slippery slope that right now seems like it can't happen. Oh, Bam, Heat culture. He'll never leave. But I think it could change very quickly if things go south next couple of postseasons and he wakes up one day and he's 30. You have to take a risk. Go get someone. If it's Ja and you got to worry about the health, don't care. No one's perfect. If it's KD and that means you got a 2-year window with a guy that you know is talented, don't care. Get the 2-year window. But don't sit on your hands and knees and say be patient because we've been doing that for 6 years.
I'm not on board with the KD thing anymore. Not unless we're being given KD for free. And by free, I mean like we get to swindle.
Yeah. And there'll be a bidding war for him. So that's likely won't happen. But
yeah, but like if KD has enough cachet and his contract is in line, something that Dame didn't have where KD can say, I want to go to Miami. And like I feel like that would entice Phoenix. I think Phoenix doesn't want to deal with the same kind of drama that Miami dealt with Jimmy. And if KD was like, I want to go to Miami, teams would be less likely to trade for him, knowing that he's on the last year of his contract. So like but like in that scenario, that's the only way that I'd take a KD, where you can like get rid of that Rozier, Duncan, maybe a first, and get KD. Fine, we can do some shit like that. But like anything,
my idea, I'm willing to go 2 first, Jovic and Jaime. You do it, obviously Terry and Duncan contracts.
2 first, Jaime and Jovic.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to give up 2 first.
See, that's where I'm at. I would, because I think you have a window with a Tyler, Wiggins, Ware, KD, Bam. Small window.
No. Like BB, I don't mean like a buyout. I mean because they're not going to buy him out. They're going to trade him so they can get assets back for him. I mean like KD makes it very clear that he wants to come to Miami specifically, and like Miami is the only game in town. The rest of the team decided they're not going to pursue him because he's made it clear that he's coming to Miami or that he wants to come to Miami. And so Miami should, pay something for him. But like they need to be the ones in the driver's seat with KD in tow. Similar to like the Dame thing was, but without Dame, I'm not giving up 2 first though. You said something that I just kind of fundamentally disagreed with, but that could have been anything.
The lineup thing, if you have a lineup of Tyler, Wiggins, KD, Bam, Ware.
No, it wasn't that. Like it was something before that I just yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's over. Let's talk about the next game for the Miami Heat.
I don't get thoughts on this.
Oh, sure. Why not?
It just stopped after I don't get thoughts.
All right. Anyways, regarding KD, like I don't really have an opinion anymore of if I want KD or not. I would tend to lean yes because it means less Haywood Highsmith, less Jaime Jaquez, all of those good things. But
Can't get much less help Jaquez at this moment. I know Rose enjoying that.
Listen, I know, but I also want less Andrew Wiggins too. But I don't want to get back into that conversation. I will say this. When it comes to Miami Heat news, the source I listen to the most now is Shams because he was right about the Jimmy Butler thing, and he didn't just double down on it. He triple down, quadruple down on his reporting regarding Jimmy Butler. Now, you can tell me that's a Jimmy Butler source and not a Miami Heat source, but to me, it very much felt like the Miami Heat were talking to Shams through some of that messaging. To me, he mentioned the Heat as one of the likely suitors of Durant, and so I will be watching it because I believe it's possible. I believe that more than I believe the local media about whatever they're saying about they don't want old players. They want old GMs. I know that. So what the fuck you mean they don't want old players? They could get together and talk about their old Frank Sinatra records. Like, listen, I don't buy that narrative at all. I'm all in on KD. I would prefer a guard. I think a guard improves this team way more drastically, but then you got to worry about the fit next to Tyler Herro. And to that comment about if KD comes, Tyler's gone, he should. Because if you get Kevin Durant, you do not want moments where you're saying, oh, man, I wish KD shot that instead of Tyler. And Tyler will continue to shoot. You want KD taking all the shots Tyler would take. And so, like, if they really wanted to maximize a van build, it's go get KD, go get Trae Young. Those three together, you can make work with the other two pieces. Like, I'm convinced of that. And that's how I would like to see them move. They won't. They're going to run this back. They're going to listen to Ant saying, well, imagine if Andrew Wiggins gets an entire camp with the Miami Heat. He's going to learn how to play with Tyler Herro. That they're going to believe that. They're going to sell it in their presser. It's going to be the first words that come out of Pat Riley's mouth when we lose to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm just not here for any of that.
The great hypocrite said, as long as 5 Reasons isn't your source, you're good. Shout out to 5 Reasons. They're just front office mouthpiece. Those are my friends.
Yeah, they follow the team. Like, I'm not trying to hate them.
No, it's
like,
but they be lying. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like, but I also be lying. So I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I don't be lying too. But
you don't have Discord subscriptions to sell.
I'm not trying to sell nothing like that because I ain't got no information for you. But I will tell you this. Yeah. It ain't no hate, bro. I'm with you. It ain't no hate on them. It's just like if the way that you go about this kind of like content creation thing, you don't paint yourself as the foremost authority on news and then try and wiggle your way out of the news that you done told. Like, you can't do that. I think that's what makes people kind of like, kind of turn their nose up at the 5 Reasons thing. Like, over here, you get lied to, but we tell you up front that we finna lie.
Yeah.
Like, I tell you, I'm finna lie. I'm here to create content. I'm here to try and entertain you niggas after a game that's not entertaining. Like, that is my sole purpose. But I feel like when you paint yourself as kind of like a news media outlet, then you get called to the carpet when your news is incorrect. And sometimes, they get shit right too, though. Like, let's not act like they get everything wrong. They get shit right too. They tell you things, and I think there is a benefit to kind of like listening to all sides of the argument, and their side is the most prominent voice in this space. So there's value there. But
you should listen to all sides of the argument, but the problem with listening to Aldridge sides of the argument is you're not always going to be right.
Correct. But you got a more well-rounded view of what the conversation is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think you heard what I just said.
Yeah,
I heard Aldridge.
I heard you.
Oh, okay.
I heard you. Like,
I
you feel me? Like, it was nice. And you feel me? Like, I just let it go. I didn't have to acknowledge it. I just had to let it. You feel me? but yeah, like shit like that. Pat's Mona Lisa. Like, you get moments like that. You feel me? But yeah, like, I fuck with them. Like, so it ain't never no shade, no beef between me and 5 Reasons. Miami Heat beat. I say this all the time in playbook spaces. If anybody takes the time to make content about this shitty ass team for you, you should support that.
Absolutely.
Which means go to Ant Donardo's channel. Make sure you subscribe over there. Make sure you like his videos. Make sure you watch them. Make sure you share them. Get that man interactions on Twitter. He wants that type of stuff. I do not. Don't follow me. My brand of twittering ain't for everybody. I'm here to.
He's just gonna make y'all upset.
That's it. That's all I want to do. I wake up every morning and figure out how I can piss off Heat Twitter, and then I do it successfully, and then I go to sleep like a baby. You niggas don't move me when you call me a clown. You niggas don't move me when you call me a hater. I enjoy that.
A miserable person.
Correct. Imagine Lex Luthor as a human being. Yep. I sure will. But y'all know that's an April Fool joke because if I step down, I guarantee you Ant DiNardo ain't the person who's getting this baton. 1, he's annoying. 2, it will absolutely be a Negro. there's no doubt that the basement will always be a Negro.
I guess I'm back in the running then.
You love 5 hours in? Greg blocked you? Greg blocked me one time too.
Yeah, I've been blocked before.
Because of Ant. Greg blocked me. Roy is Jimmy Butler of the media world. You know what's crazy? When Alpha and Sydney first left 5 Reasons, the thing behind the scenes was kind of like, damn, bro, we lost our Wade. Because up until that point, like, he was the best fucking like post-game show host that, you know, this space had ever seen. And I was telling them, nigga, I was like, yeah, he was Wade, but bitch, I'm Jimmy. You feel me? Give me the ball. And that's how I started hosting. I just told niggas I wanted to host. Heat in 6. Let's fucking go. No. Heat in 5. Fuck is you talking about?
Come on now. Don't let us get one.
Don't let us.
I'll end this bitch.
As a matter of fact, I think we should. We've been going for an hour one, but we do got a game tomorrow against the Memphis Grizzlies in front of the hoes on TNT. Stone, the boy feeling good?
Man, the Miami Heat are so set up for a letdown game. Ja Morant was just flexing all over the Golden State Warriors that had Steph Curry playing. And so I got to tell you, Royal, the Heat are about to blow that shit out.
What is you talking about?
Bam, 50. Tyler, 55. So Bam, got to get another 10. Bam, going to have 60. Khalil Ware, 40. Andrew Wiggins, not playing. Pele Larson, 20. Dives on the court. Kyle Anderson, 20 minutes to take a shot. Jaime Jaquez, 2 minutes. He won't be a DMP because we're going to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about?
Out. And DiNardo, you see how this going? You better continue.
Yeah, I need the Heat to really antagonize Ja and bait him into doing something really stupid because I need Memphis to exile him and I need his trade value to be extremely low and I need him on a plane to Miami by tomorrow. That being said, let's go Houston Cougars, baby.
What?
Yeah. The realest hoop talk. Come on now.
First off, should have been Miami Heat draft pick Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag.
Was that a Freudian slip?
I'm just practicing. Cooper Flag. He's about to have 60 on Houston, bro. Hey, that narrative got the narrative, and that boy needs to solidify that number 1 overall pick. And I think this Houston game is going to be his Mona Lisa. All right. So we're going to let that cook. In terms of the Miami Heat facing that thug Demetrius Morant, that bum ass nigga Jaime Jaquez Jr. I'm sorry, Jaren Jackson Jr. Same thing. Desmond Arnold Schwarzenegger Bain. What's that rookie name? I don't know.
Jalen Wells.
Jalen Foulming himself, Zach Edey. The Heat about to blast it out. Fuck is you talking about? Ja Morant finna go to prison because he gonna shoot somebody. I promise you need to stop playing with guns. Stop it. Because like Ant alluded to earlier, we need you. audition for us tomorrow, Ja. Score 70. Specifically on Tyler Herro.
I need that trade value to tank.
Oh, but let me tell you something. Waiting for you at the rim is the werewolf. Oh!
Come on now.
Guarding you 101 will be my boy, PL9.
The Swedish Hammer. Come
Come
on.
on now. Come on now. Man wonder Tyler Herro. Ah! Easy work. The locksmith. Off night. Slow-mo. What's Alec Burke's nickname? Oh, nigga.
My starting two.
First of all, don't you dare disrespect the great and powerful Duncan Robinson like that.
They said they got positive news on his injury. That sounded to me like he might be. That sounded like to me that he might be playing tomorrow.
Shades of Willis Reed himself, huh? When Duncan walked out that tunnel, the inspiration,
Crazy
The
thing is,
joy.
Come
that's
on,
not
now.
even the worst comparison I heard today, because in the first quarter, Eric Reed called Luke Cornett Wilt Chamberlain.
What? This is why I don't listen to that.
Oh yeah, you was in the playback. He said the Heat are making Luke Cornett look like Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Ooh, the Amazon warehouse.
Tough.
That's cold now.
That's fire.
Keynote wise, you will never get credit for that, bitch. That's mine. I'm telling everybody I picked it up. The Amazon
I'm
warehouse.
gonna go ahead and delete that comment that you put up.
Come on now, do that for me.
I'll register the
ahead.
trademark.
Come on now, let's get it.
Hey, Ro, you got any names for Bam and Colorware?
I'm sorry.
You got any
Yeah, I
names
mean-
for Bam and Colorware, like the duo? You got any names?
Oh yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson, David Robinson and Tim Duncan.
About the
Kevin
Amazon warehouse.
The Amazon warehouse is kind of like fire that I just came up with all by myself with no help from nobody. Y'all see how brilliant I am? The way that I can come up with these things uniquely, like just off the top of the dome. Like it's a gift from God. I appreciate that. But yeah, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the fellas for pulling up to the panel. Of course, my boy Stone. And Donato's here. And Justin. He came in like 45 minutes. I just want to
But the fuck I didn't. I was here the whole time. Ain't that right? Ain't- I was here the whole time, right?
I didn't know. He wasn't here at the beginning.
Why are we broadcasting on something called the Hub?
Hey, chill.
Hey,
My fault. I
Hey,
thought
but
that
y'all
was
make-
banned in Florida.
Y'all make sure y'all tap in though. Y'all make sure y'all tap in over at the Hub, man. We got some things working in the background. You feel me? But yeah, we'll see you guys. Fuck tomorrow. Listen, you niggas got an hour and 8 minutes out of me tonight. Expect 15 minutes tomorrow. Unless they
Expect
win.
2 minutes.
You know I'm good.
That
boy.
would be the shortest
Play the
period.
video, Justin.